everybody. Welcome to Rant Ramble, a new Star of the Demon show with me, Jenna.
And me, Laci. This is where we talk about recovery issues that matter to women. So if you're a woman in recovery, this is for you.
And if you're a man, you're welcome too. Today, we're talking about sorry, saying that we're sorry. I think it comes up a lot with women in general, but especially women in recovery, that we have a tendency to say that we're sorry for everything. We're sorry all the time. Sorry, 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 I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
hmm
Guess what?
Oh,
As
yeah.
an addict, nobody wants to hear we're sorry. We know you're sorry. But once you're not living like that anymore and you're in recovery and you're living happy, joyous, and free, we still, I think, tend to over apologize. We say we're sorry for everything,
Yeah.
whether it's our fault or not. And the problem with that
hmm
is it waters down your sorry so that it's doesn't matter as much if you're sorry about
mm
everything. And
Yeah.
B, it can be kind of manipulative.
I believe in apologizing through action. I think it's nice to be sorry, but saying sorry is counterproductive because I don't like to say sorry. I like to show that I'm sorry. I was very mousy and I'm so sorry, and the way I carried myself was counterproductive in my recovery. I needed to actually be sorry and
Right, right.
apologizing through action and making a change so that it's not something manipulative.
I do, absolutely. When I was going through my last rehab, not my first rehab, one of the counselors talks about, and it's something that stuck with me, that your apology
Mhm.
should mean something. You know, if you're
Yeah.
just steady saying, I'm sorry every 5 minutes, when you are truly
Right.
sorry, what does that really mean? And I think that as women, we become conditioned throughout life to, girls are soft and girls are this and so we have a tendency to, I would apologize to the chair I bumped into. That was ridiculous. It was
Yep.
just such a knee jerk reaction. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I
Yeah.
literally started saying out loud, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I
Yeah.
said it. I meant it. I'm not sorry.
I wonder what is conditioned into us as women to feel like we need to do that. What was it along the way that has some of us women walking around like that? Because I know I'm guilty of it. Even still, I catch myself. It's like I'm sorry for existing type thing, and that comes from trauma.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we like walk on eggshells through life. It's like, if I'm sorry, you won't hurt me. I feel like sometimes when we say it,
Yeah.
that's what we really mean. Please don't hurt me.
It's keeping the peace. Maybe that's
Right.
how some of us had to grow up. We had to keep that peace. We had to be sorry. We had to control somebody else's emotions. And then we're not looking at our own. We're not
Ugh.
seeing that we're walking with our head down. We're not seeing that because we're so focused on being sorry to another person and not knowing if we're
Right.
actually sorry within ourselves.
That is such a good, valid point. I used to think that my first husband was a control freak, right? Because he was a
Right.
psycho narcissist. I was the control freak because I was constantly
Right.
trying to control the universe because I was trying to control his reactions to things.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm trying to control other people, circumstances, everything because I don't want him to blow up. Right? And I think you just said it perfectly. We're trying to control other people's emotions.
Right. While not paying attention to our own. And that's
Oh,
not good in
right.
recovery. You're not paying attention
Oh,
to how you're carrying
absolutely.
yourself when you're so sorry all the time. And as a woman, you can't do that in today's society. You can't. You got to have that chin up. You got to
Yes.
know when to be sorry. If you're really sorry, it'll show. You don't need to talk about it.
I'm for the verbal apology. There's three
Right.
parts to an apology. There's I'm wrong, there's I'm
hmm
sorry, and there's please
Right.
forgive me. Too often,
Yeah.
sorries are like, "Oh, sorry. I'm sorry for your
Yeah.
luck." That's not being apologetic,
No,
you know?
not at all. Not at
And
all. Or the I'm
and yeah,
sorry. That just doesn't do it.
right. Like, God, if it will shut you up, I'll say I'm sorry. Like, no,
Right.
that's meaningless. And
Mm-mm.
I think that's the point. If a man were to say to us, "I'm sorry," we're like, "Oh, well, you're not
Right.
really sorry." You know? Okay,
Right.
well, neither
hmm
were you when you said it like that. It's part of the spiritual principles that I follow.
hmm
That has to do with my integrity and my humility. And humility is being
Absolutely.
right-sized, right? I'm not the
Right.
greatest thing walking, but I'm also
Yeah.
not the lowest thing either.
Right.
I'm
Correct.
somewhere in the middle, as are most of
Right.
us.
I think better than saying I'm sorry to somebody is to say, I'm going to show you how sorry I am. Not just sitting there saying, I'm sorry and
But
it's over and get over it and forgive me. You're saying, I'm going to show you how sorry I am. I'm going to do something about the behavior. I'm going
so
to correct the behavior so that it doesn't happen in the future. That's sorry.
yes, like the Bible says, repent and sin no more. If you're sorry and then you go and do the exact same thing over again, how sorry were you?
Right.
Depending on what your recovery looks like, if you're working a 12-step program, you get to the part of making amends, and people confuse making amends with saying you're sorry. Making amends is about repairing relationships and about making things
Right.
right. It's not about saying you're sorry. Like I said in the
Mm,
beginning, hundreds of people have heard I'm sorry
right.
out of us a million times. What the hell does that mean?
Well, I think it needs to be rephrased if you really mean it. I think it does because the verbal I'm sorry's they get so old and you have the glass that's broken and it's put back together with sorries and you pour water in it and the water still leaks. It doesn't go back to the same just because you're sorry. That behavior needs to not continue. It's not just about
Right.
the other person. You need to work on yourself so that you don't have to be sorry.
Yes. Don't have to do things you need to make amends for. Yeah.
Right, correct.
I
Yeah.
agree 1,000%. I tell you what,
Yes.
making amends sucks. If I
Yeah,
cannot do the things that I need to make an amends for, that makes my life easier.
correct.
I know for me personally, when I was in active addiction, I was a master manipulator. I don't want to be like that anymore. I don't want
No.
to control other people's emotions. I don't want to tell half truths
Right.
that are whole lies. Mean what I say, and I say what I mean. And if
Yep.
I said it once, I'll say it twice. When people say, "Oh, I'm sorry," or "Well, I'm taking accountability," what the hell does that even mean? What does that mean?
Right. Right. I think I think taking accountability is really nothing. There's no words. It should be in actions. I'm very big on the actions because the world that we live in today, I am a master manipulator also. I only use it for good now. I do have a way with words
Right.
and I have a way with people and I know how to read emotions because that's the environment that I was raised in. I was raised to do that. And so I can do that. I have that skill. But I'm not in active addiction anymore. I'm not that same person. I have different value and morals and you know what I mean? It's completely different. And so that manipulation is a skill that I'm not going to deny I have, but I just want it to be used for good. And I know as being a master manipulator, just saying you're sorry, you're just wanting them to shut up. You're just wanting them to forgive you. And the
Right.
words, listen, I know the words. I used a lot of words with no action. And I couldn't understand why
Yes.
my sorries weren't that great. Well, now I see. That's not an apology. It's
Right,
not a
and why they don't
genuine
matter,
voice.
and people and,
Mhm.
listen, I have people in my life, and they tell me they're sorry, but I know that they're not. It's just the words
Right.
that I don't even take the time or expend the energy to even let them know that I know. I just know. I know,
Right.
and I move differently with that person,
Yeah.
but that's something
And
else
it
I've learned in recovery.
right. Well, you can't get a genuine apology out of somebody if you're like, "Well, I want you to be sorry by doing this and doing this and doing this." A genuinely apologetic person who is sorry is going to want to do those things on their own. You might be able to hint them or give them an idea if you can genuinely tell that they don't know what direction to take, but it needs to be something in their own mind. It needs to be their own passion for showing you that you deserve better and that they'll be that,
Right.
you
But,
know?
and that takes time too, though. So I think it depends on the
Yeah.
because I know, especially for people in recovery, we burned some bridges, and
Oh,
people
yeah.
may not give us the opportunity
No,
to
right.
take the time to show them. That's why making amends is about repairing relationships. And when you're making amends, you do ask that person, what can I do? What do you need from me to repair this relationship? And whatever it is they tell you, you do that.
Right.
Because the problem isn't that you stole $20. The problem is that you're a thief. The problem is that you
Right.
can't be trusted.
That's
You might, in your amends making, bring up $20 and an apology and say, "Well, here's the $20 you stole. I'm really sorry." They don't give a about that $20. That 20
no,
is not the
right.
problem. They're over that. They've
Right.
already done whatever it is they need to do to be at peace with that? It's not about that. So I
Right.
think it is important to the person that you have wronged, let them tell you what it is you need to do to make that apology mean something. So,
Yeah.
ladies, let us know what you think about this. Do you say sorry when you're not sorry? What does your sorry mean? And what do you do to show people that you truly are sorry?
If something we talked about today hit home, let us know. Like the video, share it with someone who might need it, and tell us your experience in the comments.
And if you want to support what we're building, head over to starvethedemon.com. You can buy merchandise and you can buy us a coffee to help support the show. Love everybody. Let God sort them out.
Keep coming back because we're going to keep coming back.